Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Talking with J Spirit. I'm your host Jay, giving you a video on the channel today. Now in today's video I'm giving you an Avengers EndGame video. This is going to be the fan theories which I've personally chosen. There's not many, there's about 8 or 9. I was going to pick more and make the video a lot longer, but there's going to be a lot to talk about. I'd love to hear your fan theories in the comment section down below, what you think is going to happen in the Avengers EndGame. Now we all know it's been released around April 25th. And it's got many fans questioning what is going to happen, how they're going to save the superheroes that we know and love from Avengers Infinity War, and what's going to happen in this next movie. Now I think Marvel have done a great job of keeping us interested and wanting to know what's going to happen next. I think they do that perfectly. I don't think the DCU universe have done that quite yet, and I'm hoping they do. But Marvel have done an amazing job. Like, they have to give their credits where it's credits deserved, and yeah, they've just done an amazing job. All I ask of you guys, if you do enjoy this video, please do smash the thumbs up and comment your thoughts down below and your fan theories. As well as if you're new here, consider subscribing and hitting the bell to be notified every time I upload. I don't just do ranking videos just like this one. I also do reactions to trailers as well as reviews for movies, TV series and gaming. They're the free subjects I do on this channel. If you like them free subjects, consider subscribing and hitting the bell to join the squad and join the community which I'm trying to build here for movies, TV series and gaming. So without further ado guys, let's get straight into this video and let's start talking about Avengers EndGame. Now, after roaming the internet for many hours and looking through the best fan theories, there's going to be ones that are better out there, that are more convincing. These are the ones I personally wanted to choose and give you guys, and if there's any out there that you want to suggest, there's a comment section down below or on social media. There'll be links in the description for that if you want to hit me up on social media. I'll be very welcome and very grateful for you guys. And any support on this channel goes amazingly well. I'm very grateful to you guys. I'm now on 53 subscribers. I'm very grateful. On the road to 100. If you could join me, it'd be great. But Avengers EndGame. So we start off with the first point, which has been brought up. It's a small point, but a big point at the same time. Now, the fan theory that's going around, which I thought was quite a good idea, was that the fact that they're all trapped in the Soul Stone. Now, they're not dead, they're all trapped in the Soul Stone, and now they've got to figure a way of how to get them out. That is the little small story, which is a fan theory that went round, which is quite a convincing thing, really, because you can imagine them being trapped in there, that Thanos had the images of what he was going to do and planned this for a long time, and done it right at the end, clicked his fingers, trapped them in the Soul Stone, and now they've got to figure a way of how to get them out of the Soul Stone. And maybe this was Doctor Strange's images when he was going back and seeing how he could get them out. Maybe the Soul Stone is the key. Not many people have really spoke about that yet, so that was a fan theory which I wanted to point out. Next up we have the Quantum Realm. Now obviously knowing from Ant-Man and the Wasp, the Quantum Realm has been played up to be a big thing. And Scott shows up in the trailer, which makes us aware whether it's going to be a big deal, whether it's actually true or not. Maybe this could be Marvel's way of making us look and go, okay, yeah, Scott's back, he's come back from the Quantum Realm. Maybe they're distracting us from what truly happens, we don't know, but I'm just going along with this fan theory, and apparently that they think Scott's showing up in the trailer, which makes us aware that he can get in and out the Quantum Realm. And does this mean the realm is the solution to saving the Avengers and the superheroes we know and love? So that's a good idea which someone was bringing up to me. I think the Quantum Realm is going to be a part of it. I think Scott is going to be a big part of it. I think Ant-Man in general needs to be bigger and better in this one, because in the other Avengers, in Avengers Civil War, I think he played a small part, but I think he deserves a bigger part. If they're going to be starting to kill off certain people in the Avengers, we need to start looking at people who can take them spots. And I think Scott Lang and Ant-Man could be a big part of it. I think his side of it, he hasn't really had a big game, like a big part to play. And I think this could be his movie where he takes control of that. So that's a very good fan theory which I want to give you guys. As well as Thanos could be defeated by one person and one person only. And the person which this fan suggested was himself. He finally starts to feel the emotions for the sacrifice he'd done with Gamora. He starts missing her and changes his actions. Now, this is probably by far one of the unrealistic things, because obviously the first part could be realistic. Obviously he's missing Gamora, he has flashbacks and stuff like that. But changing his actions, I don't think Thanos would go that far, and I don't think it'd be worth the movie for a full 3 hours, which they're suggesting, of Thanos changing his actions from what he's done. I don't see that happening, but that is quite a good fan theory which we consider going into this movie. I think Thanos obviously is going to be a massive part to play in this movie. All we know from the trailer is that he's in one of the stones, and he's set up his own farm, and he's sort of retired, and he's just comfortable. And obviously stuff's about to go down. The Avengers need revenge to save the other Avengers, and it's just going to be a big battle again, I'm guessing, and it's going to be a very big film, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Now, another one, Nebula is also missing her sister Gamora. In the trailer, we see her, I think, rubbing the chair where Gamora sat on the plane and the ship and stuff like that. She may be the one that takes down Thanos. And if you remember from, I think it was Guardians of the Galaxy, Thanos was a big lover of Nebula and making her stronger, and maybe he's made her that strong that she could be the one to take down Thanos. Now, that's another fan theory which is going around, which I like the sound of. I think Nebula is a big character. We don't know what's going to happen, but Nebula could be a big part of this story. Next up, we have Captain America or Iron Man. They will be the sacrifice, because if you remember the Soul Stone idea, obviously them being trapped in a Soul Stone, or even possibly they need the Soul Stone to defeat Thanos. Now, if you remember the Soul Stone you need to hold it and wield it, you need to make a sacrifice. And this is what Thanos did, obviously. Of someone you truly love, he killed off Gamora, and that made him wield the stone, the Soul Stone, and maybe Captain America or Iron Man could be the risk of that. We know, obviously, all we know of Cap is obviously he wants revenge, and all we know of Iron Man is that he's trapped up there on a ship, and he's alone and struggling, basically. That's all we know. Now, there's been many other theories going around as well. I wanted to quickly add in that people are going to be going up to save Iron Man. He could be the one that changes actions towards killing Thanos. He's the one that's going to want to kill Thanos. Now, maybe Captain America sacrifices himself. There's been also other fan theories which I wanted to add in as well, that Pepper is actually pregnant with Tony's baby, and Tony finds out, and that what happens is that Captain America, before the snap of the fingers, they go back and save the baby, and Cap gets killed himself, which causes Iron Man to then kill Thanos. Now, I don't know how that would all play off, but it does sound like a good story, which I'd be very interested in. Now, we know Captain America and Iron Man have been the longest servings of the MCU now, and I think one of them definitely is going to die now. It's going to be heartbreaking, so take your box of tissues and just take this with a pinch of salt. Obviously, this is only theories, but this is Captain America. Actually, himself, Chris Evans, has actually said that they haven't signed a new contract. There's been stories going around that he's going to be leaving. Same with Iron Man, he's been the longest one going, and Robert Downey Jr. wants to do something else, and the Iron Man character may not carry on. The thing is with Captain America, the story carries on, so it makes sense for more Captain America to die than Iron Man. I personally feel it's going to be Iron Man that gets killed off, because of the relationship with him and Captain America, as well as him and Spider-Man. I feel that's going to be a big part, as well as maybe if there is a baby involved, maybe Iron Man takes a sacrifice and Pepper then has a vengeance to basically carry on the Iron Man legacy and in that baby, and maybe there's something like that, or maybe he does go off and retire in the end. We don't know what's going to happen with Iron Man, but there's many theories going around about that. But in this one, they're saying that one of them two is going to sacrifice themselves for the Soul Stone, so one of them's going to have to kill the other one to get the Soul Stone and then defeat Thanos. So that's theory that's going around. It sounds very more likely convincing, to be honest. I do agree that one of them's going to die. I don't know how. I'm dreading it. I really am, because me personally, I'm more of a fan of Iron Man, but that's just me personally, because I have more respect for... I'm sort of loving the new Iron Man, the new Robert Downey Jr. You can see his relationship growing with each character, and you know the heartbreak he's been through, find out about his parents with Bucky and Cap and stuff like that. I'm more towards that, but a lot of people respect and love Captain America, which I agree with. And we all know Captain America in the comics is not a spoiler, that there's new Captain Americas in the future. Now we find out that possibly Falcon or Bucky could be the new Captain America. So maybe Cap dies in this story. We don't know yet, but these are just fan theories. Next up, we have Shuri. Now, Shuri could be still alive and could be a massive part of this. Maybe we're assuming that she's dead, and we've seen in the trailer that On the screen you had Scott Lang, Shuri, and I know you had someone else as well. I can't remember quite rightly. I didn't write down. But Shuri could be smart enough to find a way to kill Thanos, or to basically reverse what's happened. And Shuri could be a big part of it. I would love to see Shuri take a big part, because she's one of the most loved characters that's underrated in this Avengers story. Another one is that Ronin was missing in Infinity War and could be a massive part of the story as well. Now, Ronin is a dark character. If you read the comics or you know the story behind Ronin, he's a dark character. And the way this is triggered maybe is the death of his family. When Thanos snapped his fingers, his family died as well, which triggered the side of Ronin coming out of Hawkeye. And this could play a massive part in Thanos' death, or the reigniting or the rebirth of the Avengers. And Ronin could be a big special part of that. I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't mind the side of that, but I just don't see that happening just because of Captain Marvel. I think Captain Marvel's going to have a big part to play in this as well, and maybe even both of them have a big part. I don't know, but this is going to be a very questionable one, to be honest. I don't know if Ronin will be a massive part. I think he'll be a big part. I don't think he's going to be the whole thing that stops Thanos, but who knows. And the last thing I want to talk about, which is time travel. Now, time travel is one that's obviously, we know that it feels like the only way that's going to be possible to getting back the heroes that we know and love. And maybe they could go back and destroy the stones before any of this happened, and finally, or wield the stones in the thing before Thanos does. I don't know about this fan theory in general, but I just wanted to say this one because this is the most realistic one. Time travel is the most realistic option in this story. Now, how they do it, when they do it, and what they do, we don't know. But time travel, this is the most obvious one, which makes sense to me, because they've got to go back somehow and stop what they're doing. It's either that, or they find a way to bring them back. They're maybe trapped in a stone or something. They're the things that make sense. So yeah, guys, that is the fan theories which I've came across, which I wanted to talk about. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Please do smash the thumbs up. Some of these may not make sense or may make sense. These are all just fan theories which I picked out on the internet. They're not my personal fan theories. I may do a video next week for you guys. So if you like the sound of this, please do subscribe and hit the bell. I may do a video myself on my fan theories which I come up with, maybe a top 5 or something, which I think will happen in this movie. And yeah, talk about some Avengers EndGame. Maybe even do a live stream. So if you like the sound of that, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and comment your feedback and your fan theories down below. As well as if you enjoyed my video, smash the thumbs up and support the channel as much as you can. I'll be very grateful, and I'll see you next time, guys, on Talking with Jay Springer.